everyone. My name is Dema Kadri, and I'm here today to share my story with you. I'm from Syria, from a small village near Damascus. This village called El Hame, and it's a very beautiful small village, and I really enjoyed living there. When I started to go to school, I was a very good student and a kind of a nerd, and I really liked the idea that just going to classes every day. And one of my favorite subjects was history. I enjoyed the idea that you can just go to class and enjoy hearing the stories for people from totally different times and places, and it was really interesting for me. So we start with our Syrian, Arabic, Islamic history, and it was really interesting, really excited. But I also was able to imagine these people and can relate to because we share a lot of things. We share language, religion, culture, and a lot of stuff. So it was really easy to imagine when I was hearing these stories. Later, we start to learn about the Western history. And things get more excited for me because I felt we are talking about people from a totally different continent with a different language, different culture, different religion. And it was really hard for me to imagine these people. And to a certain extent, the history classes were not enough for me anymore because we were learn about the revolutions, political events, and I was more interested in the people, society, how do they live. So someone advised me that I should read novels. And I do. So I started with reading to Jane Austen, and I fall in love with England with her, and then read for Dan Brown and travel around the world and know Italy and fall in love with it. And later I read a novel by John Green, and it's called The Fault in Our Stars. And it's talk about two young people who love each other, but they have a very difficult life. It's a totally different story. But the main thing about this novel that I really liked is the idea that these people, one time, they come to the Netherlands, to Amsterdam, and they have a very dramatic, awful day. But at the end of the day, they were able to just feel happy and feel home because they were just with each other. They were sitting in a chair next to the river with a sunset, and they were able to laugh and share their happiness and sadness with each other. And it's really attracted me this idea about how you can feel home while you are in a totally different place just because one person. In 2011, the revolution started in Syria. And for many awful circumstances, I was forced to leave my village. And in 2017, I came to the Netherlands. And at the beginning, to be honest, I had a kind of a mix of feelings. I was sad because I forced to leave my country and the only place that I know. But in the same time, I was kind of happy and optimistic because I'm here in the Netherlands, in Europe, where all people wish to come. And it's kind of the dream for everyone. My journey in the Netherlands started from a small village in the south, where I lived with my brother. And to be honest, I was shocked because it was not the Europe that I told about, and it was not the Netherlands that I read about. It was a small village with mainly old people who really didn't like the idea about us being there, and with shops that closed at 6, which was so weird for us. And then I was talking about my disappointment with my family, and then my brother suggested that we can go to Amsterdam and then we can kind of have a full experience of the Netherlands. And I was so excited and said, yeah, let's go there. Let's see if what I read about Amsterdam is real. Next day, we went there and we were on the train, me with my 5 brothers and sisters and my parents, and we get to Amsterdam Central Station. I was so happy, so excited. And we were just amazed by everything there. We start walking in the street with the people. We have no idea where to go, but we just want to discover the city. And it was so amazing, the buildings, the rivers, the people, the many languages that you hear wherever you go. And we were just talking and chatting with each other and trying to discover the city. And suddenly I heard my mom shouting, close your eyes, don't look to the shops. And obviously all of us, what we did, that we looked to the shops and we're starting to see, and we saw women, and they were kind of naked, and they were waving, smiling, doing certain things. And we were all shocked. What is that? And my mom was keep shouting, close your eyes, run to the end of the street. And we start running to the end of the street. And then my mom start to say, where's your brother? Where's Abdullah? And we start looking to him. and he was literally staring at one of the shops to a woman, and she was waving to him, laughing. And my mom was super mad, so she just grabbed him and ran to the end of the street. And when we get to the end of the street, we were like, oh, what was that? And then my brother started to talk about this street, which is the red light street, and how it's like the most famous thing about Amsterdam, and the whole idea about the women in the shops. And we were all shocked and mad, kind of, how women, shops, and legal, and all these things. And it was really super weird thing, because it cannot never happened in Syria, and we cannot even imagine something like that. So, okay, let's keep walking and trying to avoid as much as possible to be in this street again. And while we were walking, my mom was like, I need a cup of coffee. I'm really having a headache. Let's try to find a coffee shop where we can just sit and drink a cup of coffee. And we're trying to looking for one. And then we find a small coffee shop in the corner. Very beautiful, very small. I'm starting to walking toward it. And then my brother was like, oh, wait, you cannot go there. And I was like, why not? And I was like, yeah, well, coffee shop is in the Netherlands. It's a place where they sell drugs, weed, and marijuana, and this kind of things. And we were like, what? Because, I mean, in Syria and all other countries that I know, coffee shops are the place where you buy coffee. And I said, like, yeah, no, that's not in the Netherlands. And in that moment, my mom was like, okay, that's so weird. That's so crazy. We have enough from the city. Let's just go home. And of course, my mom is the boss, so we just all follow her. And while we trying to find our way to the station, we said, okay, we are really tired. Let's just try to find a place where we can sit for a while, and then we can go home. And we found this beautiful chair in front of a canal. We sit all of us there, and we start to think about this weird day. And it was so weird how we were laughing and talking and discussing about it and fighting with my mom about it. And in that moment, I figured out that, whoa, I think I get the moment of Fault in Our Stars now. I mean, I'm here now in a very far away from my home and in a place where I don't know anyone and I don't know anything. And I still able to laugh and feel happy and feel kind of a home because I have these people with me. And I figured out in that moment that it's really doesn't matter where you are from or where you are now, where is your physical location is. The most important thing is that you're still able to feeling love and sharing with people. And that's the most important thing, and which will make any place in this earth a home for you. And this was my story, and thanks a lot for listening.